Brothers Sewing and Crafting family, do we have a fun show for you today? So welcome to the party. We are live on Brothers Sew's Facebook and YouTube page, on their sewing and crafting page. And crafting, do we have a lot of scan and cut projects for you today? So welcome. I'm Angela Wolf, and we have a whole group family with us today. So Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stide, Brother Educator.
Hi, I'm Colleen Sweatman, Brother Educator.
Hi.
Hello.
We're out of order. Hi, I'm Jennifer Gleich, Brother Educator.
I'm Heather Banks, I'm Brother Educator.
Emily Thompson, Brother Ambassador.
Cindy Hogan, Brother Ambassador.
And that is our party for the day. So wait till you, this is going to be so much fun. We've actually been behind the scenes laughing for about 15 minutes. So we have a lot to share today. So we've got a ugly sweater update. We've got your recipe of the day from Kathy. And then we have 4 fabulous scan and cut projects for you that you are not going to want to miss. That could be easy, fast gifts or presents or maybe something for yourself. So, and we even have a guest visitor today. Let's see if I could just share our guest visitor here. Yeah, that's our guest visitor. So Cindy, thank you for this beautiful gift of ours. I'll make sure the Ring doorbell goes off. Oh, sorry, no affiliation to Brother, but I'll make sure my Ring doorbell goes off so all of your dogs can bark as well.
Thanks, Angela.
All right, so Cindy, you are first up on the Richter scale today. How is your Christmas project coming?
Well, since Reen kind of shamed me into making Princess. Princess was feeling a little bit left out when Reen posted the picture.
Oh my
of
gosh.
Lily.
I'm seriously, I did not just ring that, did you? The UPS guy.
Right on you.
He's here to bring you the dog. Oh no, it's Win. He wants to see the dog.
That's too funny. So yeah, Reen kind of shamed me into making from Lily's to making Princess one. So that's where I've started. Princess got the ugly sweater first. So this is the beginnings of it. It needs to be a little bit smaller. So we're going to take it up a little bit, but we also have to make it a little bit more over the top. So.
Okay, so Marianne said her dog would eat it off.
Mine will not. She will wear it, actually. She will be perfectly content. For some reason, she does like wearing sweatshirts and jerseys. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
She's a team supporter.
I need some of that boa, by the way.
Well, I would send it to you here, but it won't quite make it there. So she is about to get some additions to hers. She needs every girl needs a fur collar. So she's getting her fur collar. And she's going to get some additional buttons in multiple colors. And we're just going to kind of toss them around. But we've had fun with it. And she actually, it's pretty cute on her. So she gets hers first.
It's super, super cute.
And then I will actually start on mine. I've got it over here ready to start. But you know how that goes. It hasn't gotten glamour.
So for mine, what I'm working on so far, because of inspiration, with the inspiration of this, now I'm going to, because of yesterday's show, I'm going to cut apart the shirt. I'm going to do it on tomorrow's show and add buttonholes all the way around the neckline. And that's why I need your boa, so I can filter it in and out of the buttonholes. I'm going to be an elf.
Oh, nice.
I still haven't decided what to do to mine. That's what I'm having a hard time with. My dog looks at me just like she just took his food.
All right, Kathy, you're pretty dressed up, by the way. Are you? But you're not wearing an ugly sweater. That's a pretty cute top, actually.
Thank you. I borrowed it from my mom.
It's really cute. And your ears?
It's a Florida Christmas, and I've got my antlers on.
And by the way, in case Cindy has to run, we have to say hi to her because she was popping in just to give us our update on our Christmas. But Cindy, hopefully you'll still be here for a few minutes. In the meantime, we'll just enjoy your dog. Princess. All right, Kathy, what's your recipe of the day today?
Okay, I know you can't see it real well because I don't have it on close up, but this basket is actually stitched with the recipe of the day. So I'm going to switch my camera over to the machine camera.
Okay, she's going to go to her camera, and if it's fuzzy at all today, don't worry. It's just because there's so many people on the internet. But if you listen to the steps that she gives you, it's like listening to the recipe without reading the book. How's that? So for anybody who hasn't seen this, are you out of here, Cindy?
I'm going to say goodbye. You all have a blast. I've got other things I've got to get done today. So thanks
See
for
you
letting
this
me.
week later.
Y'all have fun.
Bye. All right, so for those that have missed this, the recipe that she's doing is anything that can be done. It's in My Design Center. So if you've missed these last episodes, you can go back and watch them. But she's ready on the machine. Let's bring her in. All right, we can see you great today.
Well, yesterday my neighbors were still at home quarantining. So they've all gone back to work now. So maybe my internet speed is a little better.
Perfect.
So I apologize for yesterday, but we're going to start out in My Design Center. And I'm going to go to my pattern fills, go to the decorative fills, and select decorative fill number 016. And touch OK. Touch OK again. And this time I'm just going to use my flood fill bucket and touch the whole screen. So I've got the whole screen filled. I'm going to go to next to set my stitch properties. But I'm just leaving everything at the default, and I will touch set. Go to OK because I'm ready to convert it to embroidery. And now I want to add an additional decorative fill. So I'm going to touch add. I'm going to go back into My Design Center. And then I'm going to come up here to where my decorative fills are at. This time I'm going to choose a different color. And we're going to scroll all the way down to number 42. That was one that came with the latest upgrade number 2. I'm going to touch OK. OK again. Again, touch my flood fill bucket and touch my screen. We'll go to next. I'm going to leave my stitch preferences at the default and touch set. And then OK because I want it to convert it to an embroidery pattern. And it is on my screen. So let's see if I can get this.
Don't spill the pot. You get poinsettia. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's
really cute.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I love that. That
And
is
so
so
they-
unique.
Beautiful.
This was a one of the fonts that's built in, the calligraphy font. And I just made a custom stamp out of it. And then I added the 2 different decorative fills. And so this is another little quick and easy Christmas gift too, to just make these little decorative baskets.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Super
Very cute. These recipes, you're going to need a whole little book of these. These are fantastic.
Well, thank you.
All right, Kathy, we'll wait till you come back on screen. We'll see you just in 1 second. Well, hi, Colleen. How are you? So I'm going to bring Kathy up one more time. Hey, Kathy.
Hey,
That was fantastic. And you have a whole group of people following you for your little recipes. So each day you guys can go back and watch these videos, download them to your Facebook page or go back to YouTube and see them. And these are just fantastic. I can hardly wait till tomorrow's. Great fills. By the way, that letter that you put on the plant, was that an applique or did you embroider it on there? And
it's embroidered on. It's one of the calligraphy fonts that's built into my Luminaire.
It looks really cool. I know somebody's going to ask that, so that's why I just thought I'd just ask for you.
And it was also embroidered with Brothers metallic thread, which works wonderful in our machines.
We love metallic thread. Awesome. All right. So, Colleen,
Hi.
no pressure at all, but I'm going to bring you up here and you, everybody's saying this is so much fun, so much inspiration for getting ready after the end of 2020. We're going to have so many things that we can work on for the next few weeks. This is going to be great. And you have something very fun.
I have something that I think is fun. I made it for me because it was something that I needed. But I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to move to a little bit different view so that you'll be able to see the project, I think.
Oh, we can see great.
Can you?
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so this is my project. It's a tiny little thing. It's because I can't see it on my screen. So that's,
We can
see
see
it?
the scan and cut screen.
Okay, you can't see the project though, and I don't understand why not. So I'm going to go to this camera because I was fine a minute ago. I'm going to go here and show you this.
Ah, so cute.
It's a tiny little thing. It's about 2.5 by 2, and it fits on your key ring, so you can just hang it on your key ring. And then I, of course, customized mine because I wanted it to know everybody to know it was mine. And these letters were done on scan and cut and then welded, so they would be one piece, so they would stay in place better. And then this is just a little snap pouch, so you can put whatever treasure you want to put inside of it and snap it together and throw it on your key ring. So I made
That's
the little
so
one.
cute.
That was fun. And then I said, well, what if I wanted a bigger one? So I made a bigger one. So once you have the idea in your head, it's an easy way to go. So the way I got started, the way I start is I don't want to waste cutting. So I just start with paper. And I cut a piece of paper about the size I think I'm going to need. And then I just fold it and trim it until I get what I want. And then I will take it. You could, of course, just put it on your mat and scan it. And then you would be able to use it with direct cut on the scan and cut. But I, because I'm a little sloppy in my cutting, I will take it into either Canvas Workspace and draw it there so it's precise, and then send it to the machine, or I will take it into my PE Design 11, which is Brother software that I could not live without. Very, very precise and accurate. So that's how I draw typically. And now let's go to the machine screen, the screen which I hope you get to see.
That we can see.
Yep.
I know,
My
but is
glasses
it gonna
on. I got
work?
it perfect. We got it just right.
We got it just right, but it's not showing you that I'm touching it.
Nope.
Nope.
It's frozen.
Well, isn't that special? Isn't
Only
that
because
just
we're live.
awesome?
That's why.
Okay, let's try this screen.
Okay.
Okay, so can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So if I bring out my mat and put it in, you can see that part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, isn't that fun? So let's, oh dear. Okay, well, I just was checking the camera. Now let's see, let's go back to this other one and see if it's decided to behave. Let's just see if it's going to behave, and it is not.
No.
Okay, how rude of you, because it's a perfect camera. Except,
You know, oh, thanks. Everybody's loving our glasses, our hats, our ears. Nobody cares about what you're doing, Colleen.
Nobody cares that your camera's not
really
working.
good. That makes me feel so much better. I'm trying to figure out how to move a different camera so that you can see the screen, and you're not going to be able to see it quite as well, but I'm going to figure this out.
You know what I could do, Colleen, while you're trying to figure that out, why don't we go on to one of the other girls? Because if the camera doesn't work by the end, I can put the camera on my scan and cut and you tell me what to touch. How's that?
Okay, and I also just moved a camera into place. I don't think it's close enough for you to see the screen though, is it?
No.
No.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to yell at my computer while you go on to the next person then.
Should I mute you?
Yes, I think you should.
All right, we'll see you soon then. If I
Okay.
see your camera come back up, because all of us have scan and cuts right now going on, so any of us could put it up to our screen and you just boss us around. How's that?
I can, yeah, that's fine too. We can do
Yeah, we
that.
can do that.
You just don't have the design on your screen, so you won't be able to cut it.
Oh, right.
So I can cut it for you. You can do the screen work and I can cut it. There's that as an option.
Well, how about you keep hanging out with your camera for a few minutes, and let's bring up Emily, because she's got a really fun project for us. How are you, Emily?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so glad to be here today and excited to show off a couple things. If it looks like I'm looking down, it's because my camera's up here and I'm also trying to make sure everything's on the screen. So sometimes it looks like I'm sleeping, but I wanted to show off a couple things. One, I am going to, on my live show, do a scan and cut project tomorrow. So I just wanted to pitch that. If you want to know how to do some layers, and we're going to make these cute mugs, I'm making teacher gifts. So if you wanted to check out that, that'll be on my live show tomorrow. And then today I'm going to quickly show you some parts, we won't do the whole thing, of making this cute little kids wallet. And it's made with like a fake leather or vinyl. And then on the inside, it has a little pocket and some card holders, because who doesn't like cards anymore? My kids are always asking for old cards. So this would make a great stocking stuffer, or just a little gift if you need something for a neighbor kid or someone that you know. It's a simple project. So I'm just gonna walk a little bit through how I assembled this. So let me tip this down a little bit. So you can see here, I've got some parts of this, and I've already done some pre-assembly. So here is the fake like vinyl, leather, or whatever you want to make it out of. You could do real leather for sure, but I like sewing with the fake stuff because it's super easy. And I've already put one snap on this side, and then I've got a little flap with a snap on this side so that we will be able to close it. Okay, so you make an outer, and then we have to assemble our inner. So for the inner, we've made a backing, and this actually will go on our outer, and then I leave the top open for like a money flap. But on there, we're going to assemble first the coin pocket. So I've got a little pocket pouch. And if you're looking for more information, you can go to lifesewsavory.com and search wallets, and this will pop right up, and it gives you all the dimensions and everything that you need in order to make this if you're interested in replicating it. And then I have the pocket flap, which is just, fabric folded, sewn, and turned right side out. So we're going to just attach it in a couple of places on the fabric, and we're going to stitch it real quick to our outer so that we can then stitch this to, well, I guess this is more the inner, to the outer piece. And then for the card flaps, I just take a strip of fabric, and I didn't even finish the edges because I'm just going to zigzag down the side. But you could, if you wanted it to be even neater, you could finish the edges of the fabric. So I put the top finished edge along the top of my fabric, and then I take this library card and stick it in here so that when I make my folds on the fabric, I can make sure that the card will fit in there. And so I just use the card to help me create a couple of folds along there, and then you're going to want to pin or clip. I need to grab the pins up here. Pin or clip in a couple places those folds so that we can sew them. And then I like to attach this card holder with, like I said, a zigzag so that I don't have to pre-finish the edges. And so we're just going to, right now, zigzag that on, and then we'll stitch the coin flap or the coin pocket on, and then we'll stick it on here real quick, and you'll get to see how easy it is to put together.
This is such a cute, fun project.
So you know, make sure that your stitches are pretty close together, because I'm not only using this to stitch, but I am also using this to finish the edge of the fabric. So you do want to make sure that your stitches are pretty close together so you don't have a lot of fraying. And that's also one thing I think about when I'm choosing the type of fake vinyl or leather, is choosing something that doesn't fray, because even with faux leathers or vinyls, some of them seem to fray more than others. They're not all completely fray proof. So if you don't want to cut off strings as time goes on, you can think about that and try to choose one that when you cut it, because I do leave the edges raw just to keep it super simple. So I'll trim a couple of these little
Did Emily freeze, or is it just, or did I freeze?
I think it's Emily. You're not frozen.
Emily.
I was like, it was surreal.
Who's frozen?
All right, we'll wait till Emily hops back in there first. You gotta love technology, my goodness.
Right? Right?
Yes, and I do
It's
see that.
amazing.
Hold that thought for a minute. I do see Colleen's back in the house too.
All
Yes.
right, I can see it.
Colleen, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, hey, we're doing good. So, hey, it's like a
You can see and
commercial
hear you.
break. We've got a commercial break. Emily's taking a quick break right now. So, back to Colleen. Colleen, what? Let's see.
That's
You
me.
can see your screen really well.
Yes, we can see that.
You know, it's disappointing because it was so good last night and this morning, and then boom, it wasn't there. But I've saved this to a USB stick, and here it is on the USB, and I'll just touch it and pull it right up onto the screen. And there's my little design, and you can see it looks like my folded paper, and it has two little tiny holes cut in it, and that's where the key ring goes. And all I'm going to do then is just tell it that's okay. And I am going to go to edit. I'm just going to show you a couple things really quickly. Maybe I better even be faster. Let me just pop this in and scan it. So we're going to pop it in, and I'm almost afraid to change cameras. So I'm going to know how to load a mat. You're laughing because you know I'm right, don't you?
Right.
No, I understand. You understand this.
hmm
So there's my little guy right here. I'm going to touch edit because this was done, you can see in parts, at least I hope you can see in parts. So he's not a total thing. So I'm going to touch right up here and group him so that he's all one unit. And I'm going to touch OK and object edit, and I will touch this to keep him grouped. Now, if you needed to make more, you can make more. And trust me, with these, I've made more. I've made a lot more. And did I tell you what I use these for? Did I tell you that
No.
Oh, well, that's because
You
I
said
wanted
just
to think
treasures.
about what you would use it for if you had it. But what I use it for is my PE Design key. It's a perfect place to keep that, and I always know where it is. I also use it for migraine medicine so that it's handy. But I want to hear what you would use it for, because I think it's such a fun little project. Anyway, here it is. If I just touch plus, I could have as many on the screen as I wanted, and then I would be able to select them and line them up. I only want one today, so I'm going to touch OK, and I'm going to touch OK again, and there's my menu of things to do. I'm going to touch cut. And I don't need to test because this is already going to test for me. And I don't want half cut on, so I'm just going to start and touch start, and there she goes. I love the way this machine cuts and checks itself as it goes. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to scan it. So I may have part of this. I have part of this off of the mat. So I will scan it again and do it the right way. See what happens when you're brain dead?
No, Colleen, this is what happens when you're live.
Yeah, absolutely. Because even Emily came back, but Emily didn't even know she got a commercial break.
Oh my goodness, all of a sudden my internet's gone. It's been, one of those weeks.
Well, it's the magic of COVID that's doing this to us all, right?
I'll switch glasses. Maybe it's the trees.
There
All right.
you go.
So, well, yours is yours is back.
There it is. So all I have to do, you can see that I hadn't put it on the fabric. So this is a vinyl and it does have, so I'm just going to put that on there and then we'll just go real quickly to cut and start.
Lisa said she'd put her phone charger in it.
Oh, that's a good idea. A little cord to wrap it up.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great idea.
Oh, chapstick for Arnell.
Smart.
Well, you can make them any size you want. You know, that's the beauty of it. You can, whatever size works for you is what you get. And then I love the way that it's cutting. Oh.
Was that like sound effects that come?
Although I scanned it, what I didn't do was to move it into the right place because I'd already cut one. So, you know,
That was the sound of real life.
Right.
yes, it's the sound of live. The good news is I have a brand new sharp blade in here and it does such a magic job and it only takes 1 minute to cut. Aren't you happy? That it takes 1 minute to do this? Oh my goodness.
Jen, can I drive with these glasses? Probably not. I could probably
Not advisable.
Not well.
Not well.
Well, I don't know. I've got bail money for you. I finally have this cut. No fault of the machines. It's the fault of the driver, unfortunately.
Driver error.
There's my little fella.
Oh, yeah.
Cute. So isn't he cute?
Yes.
Now with luck, well, let's see. I'll be able to move this so you can see it, but I'm not so sure that's going to work out. Because things only work when I'm practicing, not when I'm live, huh?
That's the beauty of live. Hey,
Yeah.
it worked. We see it.
Woo.
And the camera's working. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So all you have to do is you fold the top down so that the eye holes, you're folding right in the center of the eye hole. That's your flap. You fold the bottom up, and I'm going to fold it over the top so I can see where it's folding, but I'm not going to leave it there. That's just what I'm doing for right now. And press it with your fingers. Sometimes I'll use the squeegee or a roller to press it. And then you're going to pull that flap to the front. Now, here's the tricky part. If you are comfortable sticking a hole in here for the snap without positioning it, go for it. If you're afraid, then fold it in half so that it looks like this. And you're going to come about 3/4 of an inch up from the nose point and just poke a hole. And poke it all the way through with this pokey thing. And then when you fold it back up, you're not going to poke a hole through because you sure don't want to take a chance of poking it through to the back side, but you will poke it just enough and wiggle it around so that you could make a mark. And you can see there's a little teeny tiny mark there. At least I hope you can see that. And then we're going to go ahead and just put it on with the snaps. So always do the front piece first. Don't ask me why. But it is the voice of experience. So you put the pretty piece of the snap on the front, and then
I hate to say it, it kind of looks like a puppet.
It does. It's got little eyes.
well, see,
Yeah.
I think it looks like a little, I don't know, like a little animal of some sort. And then you just put the whichever second piece you want on, and then just squeeze it. I used to use the kind that you had to pound with a hammer, but I bought a squeezy thing, and there's a ton of these on the market. So whichever one you find that you love would be the one to have, and you may already have one, which is even better. And I'm going to poke this through here now. Now this time,
Just move your hands over just a smidge to your,
There you go.
there, perfect. Now we can see.
okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, Terry says it looks like a fox. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, what are those little, like a mink?
It does. It does. It looks like a little animal. And I have all my little bits here in a basket. My husband said last night, he was helping me set up. He said, well, that basket, that looks like garbage on your desk. And I said, it's where I have all the little bits.
Garbage on your desk.
And then when you fold it back up,
And then give it a good squeeze. And I squeezed it so hard that I crushed it. So that wasn't very good. But you're just going to snap them together. You're going to take that key ring and slide it through the top after you stitch it. And it takes about 1/8 of an inch stitch, just the straight stitches on each side. I hope you can see that. I didn't want to go and move to the sewing machine because although my Luminaire is right behind me, moving is always a trick. So
No, that looks great. So you just stitch down each side.
you just stitch down each side on any straight stitch Brother machine. Doesn't any machine that has a straight stitch will do it.
And you know, Colleen, since you're stitching on the outside of the bag, you could use like a decorative color, metallic thread, maybe use the triple stitch because that would really look designer.
You could totally do that. You could do a little tiny zigzag too if you thought, wanted a little bit sturdier. And then
that'd be cute.
Yeah, and then you just take your little key ring and start it and slip it through here and you're good to go. But I want to hear just what else would someone else use it for? Because I didn't get to see.
So far, we had, well, actually, more people are enjoying just watching right now. So you guys leave a comment for Colleen. She wants to know what to do with your envelope. I could think of a few things. I carry my lip gloss. I'm looking at my desk because nail polish, my measuring tape seems to go everywhere with me, all of those things.
Those are good ideas. Like I said, I just, it was so fun because now I know where my migraine medicine is when I need it. That's really a good thing to know, huh?
Definitely. All right. So I'm going to Emily.
Okay, I can get back.
How's your commercial break?
So I have no idea where I cut off, but so far in our wallet assembly, we have created the little pockets just by adding some folds. So you can see we've got 2 card pockets on this side. And then over here, I have clipped on my little coin pocket pouch. So I need to sew across the top for the flap and then across on the 3 sides here to attach the pouch part. So we're just going to stitch that. I'm going to use a straight stitch to sew both the flap and the pouch. And the back side of what I'm sewing on will be attached to the other part of our wallet, so we're not going to see it at all. So I don't worry about the back being pretty at all. I'm just worried about the front side that I'm seeing and stitching that on. Because sometimes I think I get like threads caught and all kinds of things going on the back side. So sewing around the 3 sides of this. And then from there, we'll be able to just attach this right to our outer piece, which is a piece of vinyl, I think, that I had bought for making Halloween masks. So leftover pretty gold fabric. The one that I have as an example is more of like a little boy's version. So I thought I would make a little girlier version for the second one. Okay, so I'm going to take out the card so that I can sew over this. And you can now see that I have a nice little pocket on this side. I don't know if it'll focus up that close. And then, so then you take it and you place it. It should be the same size. That's what was my goal. And we're going to clip it around on our back. And I do have a thicker needle on my machine right now, just because I'm sewing through a lot of layers. So you'll want to either put like a leather needle or a more heavy duty needle on there. So this one, again, I'm just going to sew 3 sides, short, the bottom, and the top, because I want to leave this open like a little money if you have, bills that they could put in here or bits of paper or whatever my kids are collecting, because it's not usually money. Actually, I usually say, don't put real money in your wallet. You're going to lose it. But you can play with it and put all sorts of fun playthings in your wallet.
I think Everybody must have money on their mind because everybody wants to put money in Colleen's little bag, and now they have a wallet to put it in. Emergency craft money.
Yes. This time when I am sewing, you are going to see the stitching on the back because it will show on my vinyl side. So I don't know if I'm more aware or not of making my stitches straight. And sometimes, especially on the corners or things, I feel like it gets kind of stuck. And then you know how you get the threads crowded on the back. But that's sometimes just the result of sewing so many layers. So if I get that, I might have to go back. Like I feel like right now it's stuck. But you could always go back and trim that mess and then, start over. Or not start over, but redo that part. So it looks good until there. So you can see we have a little mess because it just got caught in itself. As it
That is only because we're live today. I'm thinking it's all of the.
I'm a little fearful of my project.
Look at how Jennifer's like, I'm not.
I just got stuck.
You know what? I'm going stealth. I'm not touching the Luminaire. I'm not going. I'm not touching anything electronic right now.
Okay, I can finish this. We're gonna finish this right here. Plow through. Ladies, don't give up. It's just, I've got like 3 layers of vinyl and 4 layers of quilting cotton here. So I know it's touchier. And it happens even when I'm not live, when I've got a lot of fabric. Okay, but I can still show you here the finished result. And again, I did some prep before the show, but you can really see it does come together so easily once you have your fabric cut, and you could definitely mass produce these if you wanted. But so we have a little coin flap or treasure flap here. You have your money or something bigger here. And then on this side, you have 2 card pockets, and you could totally put more if you cut a longer strip of fabric before you were doing your folds. And then it just simply folds in half, and you can snap it shut, and you have a really cute little wallet. And you could make this in any size, or really just take this as inspiration to make different kinds of pockets or whatever else you're looking for. But I love that the edges aren't finished, and it's just really simple and easy.
Emily, that is so cute.
It's very cute.
Great idea for gifts. Between both of you, I'm thinking that we could use a scan and cut to cut them out.
Yes,
Yes.
you totally could use that to cut the vinyl. This is small enough it would definitely fit on a mat.
Very, very cute. Very cute. And for those of you that don't know Emily, she is a brand ambassador. She comes on the live show quite often on Tuesday, and she has her own show on her Facebook page on Wednesdays at 1:30. No, that's me. You're 3. I'm 1:30. You're 3. Wednesdays are a busy day. So you'll want to, here's her, let me just bring up her website. There you go. There's her website if you are looking for some of her fun projects. All right. So who is going to, everyone's going to be like, I'm not touching anything. So, hey, Colleen, I got to just bring you back up here for a quick sec. Oops, wrong button. Trying to get this. Well, Emily, you're just like stuck on there. I just have to tell you, so many people, did you see all the comments, Colleen, of what they would do with yours?
I didn't, because I was looking at the.
Okay, so before we move on to the next project, there's just a couple really good ones. Oh, somebody got to play with their new Luminaire.
Nice.
So fun.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh, Emily loves Lorraine loves your shirt.
Me too. I made it.
Oh, you did. Nice.
Scan and cut sweatshirt.
Okay, so we've got contact lenses. That's a great one.
Really
A lot of
good
people
one.
said emergency money, which I agree. I actually carry, my wallet is about that big, and I just put it inside my jacket. A coin purse, earbuds, emergency medical information. Oh, there was a lot of ideas. We'll have to scroll back through here.
Those are
And
some
yes,
awesome ideas.
Yeah.
definitely have a fun party going on. So who would like to be daring enough to be next?
Either one. Jen, you can go if you want, or I can go.
All right, I'll go. I can go.
All right, let's bring up Jen.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
love your hat.
Oh, thank you. And I wore my ugly Christmas sweater,
Oh my goodness.
so I'm
It
all
looks
decked out.
fantastic.
Thank you. So I have a quick little project with your Scan and Cut that you can do. Say we're not going to Christmas parties, but you need something really quick. I made these little earrings using some Christmas faux leather with my Scan and Cut. And I've used some glitter faux leather and cut on my Scan and Cut and made these really fast earrings. So I wanted to show you how to do it in Canvas Workspace. And then we're going to take it to the Scan and Cut, and I'm going to show you how to cut it with using, Brother has cork fabric now. And I thought that this cork would make some pretty elegant looking little earrings for a Christmas gift. So I'm going to try to share my screen here.
See if that pops up. Oh, here you go. I've got it. I'll bring it up here. There you go.
All right. So really easy in Canvas Workspace. Canvas Workspace is the free computer program. It's an online-based program that you can open an account with when you purchase your Scan and Cut. And so it's web-based, very simple to use. This is a really simple project. Over here on the left side, you have basic shapes. And I'm just going to go into my basic shapes, and I'm going to scroll down to find the little teardrop shape. And I've got that here. And I always like to make my mat at 100% so I can really see what I'm doing. So there's my teardrop. And you can see down here at the bottom, it's telling me that it's 3.94 by 2.69 inches. That's a little big for an earring. So if I right click on my teardrop, I'm going to go up a little higher so you can see it. Down at the very bottom, it says properties. It's hard. I have the screen share. There we go. Maybe if I move it over here. There we go. Okay, so there's my properties. And I want to change this so it's small enough for an earring. So I believe that the earrings that I've made have been about 1.5 inches long. So I'm going to choose 1.5 inches. And as long as I have maintain aspect ratio on, the program will automatically calculate the width so that it stays within proportion. So if I just hit my tab, it's now changed the size of the whole teardrop, and I can close that. And then the last thing that I need to do is I need to make the little hole so that I can put the earring finding in so that we can make it a pierced earring. And I'm just going to scroll down and use the circle. And that's a really big circle, but I'm going to a really big circle. But I'm going to again go back into my properties, and I'm going to change it to 0.08.
Did you say Heather? Did you say 0.08?
0.08.
Perfect.
And you can see it's very little. And I'm going to increase this just a little bit more so I can see it. Up here, I'm going to go to 125. 0.08.
Perfect.
And I'm going to move it just into the top of my teardrop. So there's my earring. Now the last step is I'm going to use the left click of my mouse, hold it down, and I'm going to lasso all my parts together. I'm going to right click and group them. That way, now if I move it, both of my pieces move together. And now I'm going to send it to my Scan and Cut. Very simple through Wi-Fi. Your Scan and Cut is Wi-Fi compatible. So I am going to hit download, and it gives me two options. I can download it directly to my computer or a USB drive and then take it to my Scan and Cut, or I can do a Scan and Cut transfer. So then I'm going to hit the Scan and Cut transfer. It's going to tell me that it's done it. I'm going to hit close, And now I'm going to stop share, Angela.
Okay, let's see. Stop share. It stopped. And you're still here. That's a
And here
bonus.
I am. So I'm going to switch to my camera for my scan and cut.
Okay. I'll just swap her out until she comes back in. Well, wow, that was fast. Jennifer, no gremlins on your side.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Oh, that looks good. Okay, let me bring you up here. There you go.
Okay. Can you see that okay?
That looks great.
All right. So I'm at my scan and cut. I'm using the Scan and Cut 225. I already have my mat in, and I am using the Auto Blade. And what I love about the Scan and Cut DX series is the Auto Blades. I don't have to test my cuts. The Scan and Cut is smarter than I am, and it will calculate how thick my material is and how deep to cut. So I've got my Auto Blade in. I already have my cork fabric on my standard mat, and I'm going to go to on the home screen. Let's see. I'm going to select Retrieve Data, and I'm going to choose the Wi-Fi option here. It's going to grab that Wi-Fi design that I sent, and you can see it there on the screen. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's a red box around it. I want 2 earrings, so I'm going to go to Edit, Object Edit, and I'm going to hit the second button and tell the machine that I want to make 2 of them. Now I have 2 on my screen. Now, this is an old scan. You can see my cork fabric. I'm going to rescan my mat. I'm going to hit OK. OK.
That's so quiet. This is what always kills
Isn't it
me.
quiet? It's so
know.
quiet.
This kills me because it's your camera's right there. And I always tell people how quiet this machine is, and they're like, really? And then you're live, and they're like, wow, that's really good.
So you can see I've used this piece of cork and cut out some earrings. So I've got my 2 pieces here. They are on my cork. I'm going to hit OK. Please select. I'm going to cut. I have the half cut off. Half cut you would use if you're using any sort of adhesive vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. I'm ready to cut. I'm not even going to test because I trust my Scan and Cut. I'm going to hit start. And what it does is it measures the thickness of the mat. And then you can hear it measure the thickness of the cork. And it knows how many times to go around to cut all the way through it. And I believe it's going to take 3 times to go through my cork. But while it's cutting, I'm going to switch my camera back over. And it's still cutting and you can't hear it.
Those, and do you have them on right now, don't you, Jennifer?
I have a pair on, yes. They've got little reindeers on them.
Those are so, those are little reindeers. Those are so
So these
cute.
ones are reindeers, but these ones are with the brother cork.
Super cute.
And then I just, you can go to the craft store and purchase the earring findings and just attach them to the top with a jump ring or no ring, and very, very quick Christmas gift.
Now that's something that's very quick and easy. All of these projects, I think you all would agree. And though I saw so many people commenting, I could do this. Yes, I see somebody says, the more I watch you guys, you girls work on this Scan and Cut, I need to get one. Well, I'll just warn you, once you have it, they're very addictive. There's a lot
to live without my Scan and Cut.
So while we're talking about Scan and Cut, Pam just has a question. Does anyone have a favorite Scan and Cut that you would recommend? I mean, I know I love the Disney one, but.
I love the Disney one because I'm a Disney girl. I've got Minnie Mouse up there. I'm all about the Disney.
Yeah.
If you're just getting started with fabric, the new 225F is really great because it comes with fabric cutting kit, and it comes with a fabric mat, and it specifically is there to teach you how to cut fabric for applique quilting. So I always recommend that one as well.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation. I love the new fabric mat too. So so the cork, by the way, is a New Brother product, and she held that up.
There
Oh,
are,
look.
it's,
Oh,
I've
wrong
got it.
one. Sorry, Emily.
I've removed the mat, unloaded the mat. It's all cut. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull the cork up. Got my earrings.
So cute.
And I'm going to use my brother's spatula. I have the accessories that you can purchase extra. So I'm just going to use my little spatula.
Santa's calling.
And here's my earrings. And what always amazes me with the Scan and Cut is how fine detail you can get. So, I mean, to cut the little tiny hole that was 0.08
Oh,
in the
wow.
top of your earring is just really amazing.
That looks perfect.
So I thought that was a fun project.
That is a super fun project. You guys have any questions? Feel free, roll them in. I did see someone ask a question and I didn't want to interrupt in the middle. So if I don't answer your question right away, it's because I didn't want to mess up the gremlins while we're doing our project. So Lenka wants to know, can you, the program that you're using, Canvas Workspace, can you use it offline or only online?
There's the web-based, and then there is an actual, you can download it to your computer and you don't need to be online to use it. You can save your, your files or your projects to your computer drive.
They're actually two different. They're both called Canvas Workspace, but one is web and one is just lives on your computer.
Right.
I have
Emily answered that right below. Emily, you're multitasking over there. I didn't even see your hands moving.
I love the desktop one because I'll like edit in the car when my husband's driving or do all, I like never use the web-based one actually, but do you know if any of the features are different? Because I'm thinking some of the things you just did, I don't know that I've ever done. So either I just don't know how to do them or it's the web-based one is a little bit different. Like that property, I've never tried that.
Different features, Emily. There are different features in both.
Okay.
There are different
You really want both, and they're free.
The properties on the desktop version are on the right side, and you just have to click through to find your size.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love using the desktop one.
And I've only used the one online. So that's funny. I guess I never paid attention. But that's a good idea, Emily, when you're traveling, if you don't have the Wi-Fi and you could just work on it in the car or, someplace else. Hey, Stephanie wants to know, Emily, do you have a pattern for that wallet? Is it on your website?
It is, and I think it's not like a printable pattern, but there is a full tutorial and it has measurements. So it's lifesosavory.com/wallets is actually the full, it's a really short address. I don't know why I named it that, but that is the link. Or just, again, go to lifesosavory.com and then search wallets. And I don't have a lot of wallets. So that will pop right up in the search.
Perfect. I'll just drop it down there real quick. All right. So we still have more. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. I think we're doing, Terry says, Kathy, she loves your recipes because there's no calories.
Right.
Diane says, loves the Disney one. I would have to say, Jenna says she needs to upgrade her Scan and Cut. So I would say when you're choosing your Scan and Cut, make sure you get one of the newer versions that has the auto blade. That thing is just priceless, no matter which one you get. All right. So cute. And where did you get the snowflake? I didn't see a snowflake in there.
The snowflake earrings, I did.
The snowflake earrings.
So the snowflake is just, your basic circle shape. And I got the snowflake in Canvas Workspace. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. I don't know if it's every month or so. Brother downloads free projects onto Canvas Workspace, and there have been some Christmas projects that use snowflakes. And so I just grabbed one of the projects and just used one of the snowflake parts and brought in the shape from the Canvas project that was free and just used the part and dropped
Very
it over
fun.
my circle. So I just like to combine things together.
Oh, Phyllis says cut two and glue them together, and then both sides will look great.
Oh yeah, then you could put them, and then I wouldn't have to twist my earring.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could layer them with the charm. Oh, we got a lot of good ideas. All right, so let's see. I see a few more questions, but we'll get onto those in just a second. Janet says the auto blade is great. I totally agree. All right, Heather, how are you
Hello.
today?
Good. Thank you for having me, Angela. I appreciate it.
I love the ears.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been I've been gradually adding to it. It's getting bigger.
So if I cannot wear these glasses driving, I'm thinking that you can't be wearing that either.
No, it's really noticeable. It's got a lot of tilt to it. So you're probably right. I'm going to stay away from that.
Is it, Colleen, aren't you the one that said that you'd bail us out? You better start adding up.
That little pouch has big money folded up small. So I'll be ready.
Perfect.
Awesome. So Heather, what fun project do you have for us today?
All right, let me show you. So I've been taking the new vinyl blade and the new vinyl collections that came out. So if you've purchased a scan and cut recently, or you can purchase this separately, you would have seen that we have a Disney vinyl blade collection and we have an everyday collection. And what I've been doing is making cutting board.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, I
So-
love that.
That's
Thank you.
gorgeous.
So this is one of our new intricate Disney designs, and you can see it's got a lot of cuts in there. And then of course, personalizing it. But I wanted to talk today about taking just a glass cutting board of any shape or size and adding a vinyl design onto it. So it's not really hard. I had a pretty easy time, and I've been sort of whipping them out. So let me show you what you need. You are going to need some adhesive vinyl, and that is the sticker kind. So if you can peel off the back, so versus heat transfer vinyl, so this is the kind where I can, try to get this so you can see, where I could peel up the paper from the back. That's the kind of vinyl that you're going to want. Now, you don't want to use vinyl that you can that has a different color than the back. So for instance, here's some green vinyl. And if you look at the back of that vinyl, it's silver. And you're going to see whatever's on the back side of the vinyl. So get a piece of vinyl, just like I showed you with the blue, where it's the exact same color, because interestingly, you won't see the front of the vinyl at all. You'll only see the sticky side, because we're going to put this on the back of the cutting mat. If, of course, we put it on the front of the cutting mat, every time we slice through with the blade, we'd be chopping into our vinyl. So the vinyl's actually on the back side. Everything's done on the back side, which goes a long way to keeping this in nice condition. And additionally, you can see that the particular one that I have here, it's that bumpy surface, and vinyl would never stick to that. It would be all lumpy, bumpy, and it would never stick. So it's stuck to the nice, pretty backside. And I got to tell you, cutting boards, man, they are everywhere. I think I picked this one up at a thrift store for $1. And, you know,
Wow.
so it was just a discarded old one that nobody wanted, but perfect. So let me show you what you need to do. The other thing you're going to need is and I meant to put, which I think I can do right here, is a cutting board. And you can see that my trick for lining up my vinyl is to use a wash away, or otherwise known as a teacher dry erase marker. So that's what I have drawn onto my glass. Comes off super easy. And let me show you how this works. The other thing you're going to need is a mat that's not too sticky. So in my case, I'm using the low tack mat. However, if you have a standard mat that you've just been using for a while, and it's lost too much of its stick for fabric, but it's still somewhat sticky and it won't tear away your paper, that's perfect. So the thing about your mats is people frequently say, oh, I have to get rid of it because it doesn't do this particular thing anymore. To me, the mats kind of go in stages. Maybe the sticky one over here starts out for fabric and then it gets a little less sticky after quite a while. Hey, I'm onto paper with it. So lots of things you can do. Let me show you how this works. So you are going to put your vinyl down with the paper, like we just said, down. I'm going to switch over to my camera with the ScanNCut on it. Everybody cross your fingers after today. Okay, there it is.
Whoa.
Woohoo. So here is my Disney ScanNCut. And I saw someone in the comments say how much they love their Disney ScanNCut. I'm fully with you. It's awesome. Okay. So I'm going to load my mat in. Now I have several that are already kind of cut to give you an idea of how this works, but I just want you to see the basics of what you need to do to cut out your design. So I'm going to move you a little bit closer because there's just a couple things you need to do to make this work. And otherwise it's pretty easy. So we mentioned that we have adhesive vinyl and it's in. The next thing I'm going to do is pull up a pattern. And since I just have a little piece of vinyl here, let me just bring up some words. Now, the biggest thing about this, as I mentioned, since we are doing this on the back side of the glass and we need to be able to wash or to read it, is it must be reversed. You have to do mirror image. So I'm going to edit and then object edit, oops, and reverse image. So that is that button right there for reverse image. And now if I cut it this way, I will be able to read it. And it's a little contrary to what you think of normally with adhesive vinyl, but it's because you have to do it this way for the reading it on the back side of the cutting board. So once I've done that, I'll say okay and okay. And then I'm going to press the scan button, but I don't want my camera to get caught. So let me pick it up. And I'll show you very quickly how that comes off. And then let me show you how it goes on to the glass, because actually this is a very, very simple Christmas gift. And you can purchase these glass cutting boards in packs of, I've seen them, 5 or 6 different sizes. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me go back. One more time. Go back. Getting in there. Okay, so you can see on the screen. I'm going to go back one more time. Oh, darn. See, I just, it attacked me too. The day.
We would never want to leave you out.
Thank you for not leaving me out. Thank you. So anyways, you can do this on the glass of any type because you're doing it on the backside as long as it's smooth. We're just going to move this over on top of, I'm going to move my camera. Okay, so not too much, hopefully. Get that. Okay, so can you see the blue in the background? Did I come up?
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
We can.
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to take my word and I'm going to move it over. It's the tiniest bit too big. So back to object edit. Make it a little bit smaller. And the only point of this was just to give you an idea, if you're new to ScanNCuts, how this works from start to finish. But I'm going to show you actually how to put it on a cutting board. So now that that's there, I say okay, and we'll go to cut. And now the second feature that you need to know is this needs to do a kiss cut or a half cut. And you can see right here that I have already turned that on. And if I were doing this, is that your doorbell, Angela?
It's not this time.
I think it was my computer.
Oh, okay. Kathy, I thought it was your door. So if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see here it says half cut. Let me see. half cut at the top of the screen is on. If you have a Scan and Cut DX, you can choose the half cut and it automatically does the kiss cut for you. If you have one of the older machines, you would just dial that yourself. But since I now have a half cut on, let me very quickly cut that to show you. And then I'm going to show you how you put it on a cutting board.
So Heather, I made these a couple of years ago for all of my family for Christmas and put a monogram in a decorative frame.
That's such a good idea, Kathy. That's a great idea to monogram them. And to me, they're very decorative. So, I mean, I have the one sitting here on a plate display. Is that what you did with yours?
Actually, my sister leaves hers on her kitchen counter and she just sets stuff on it.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I'm going out shopping for
I need to
cutting
see-
boards after this.
I'm with you, Jennifer. I'm thinking I have a cutting board on my counter. It's a small one with a W in the middle that my sister gave me. She probably spent a lot of money on that. I wish we had the show like 2 weeks ago because everyone in my family would be getting these. I put it in the makeup room, with your makeup on it. I could think of like for your jewelry.
That's great. Okay, so see how this is coming off. I got to tell you, folks, I am not a patient person. And if it doesn't weed like this, then I'm not doing it. So you can see how really nicely this weeds away using the vinyl. I still have the paper and this is ready to go. Let me show you what this looks like on a couple new boards that I have going. Let me get that out of the way. All right, here is a design that I have right now. Sorry, let me pull it up so you can see it. And this says the Weber's 2020. It has been reversed. I just weeded it, just like I showed you, and it's ready to be attached. It had to be reversed, of course. Everything is good. This is one of Brother's new everyday vinyl cutting collection, is what that comes from. So what I've started here, and I started it off camera because it's hard to get anything straight when you're doing this on camera. So what I did was I took my transfer paper or my transfer tape and I lined it up with the top and I centered it. Now I love using the grid because it has a middle. So this is 1, 2, 3 inches, 1, 2, 3 inches to my middle. But what I did was I started peeling my paper away and I started putting, I'm going to, let's see, do this so you can see, hopefully. Peel this away, and as it peels away, I'm sticking my transfer tape to the design. So the sticky side is going down onto my reversed side of this. And I will take something like my fingernail. I know Julie Faye Van Balzer always says your fingernail is your best tool. And I will scrape all of that down. Once it's all down and sticking, then I will peel it away. So I haven't stuck it down yet. Let me show you. I have a version in progress. So what I did is I have this cutting board right here. So I drew a line, or in my case, I'm using the, let's see if you can see it down here.
Oh, sorry, Colleen. Just want to make sure you're awake.
Yeah, you're laughing.
This is the center of my design, that brown line. And in this case, I had not done a good job measuring my tree up with my grid. If you don't have gridded tape, just draw a straight line down the center of your tape with a what are they called? The eraser, the wash away, wet erase. Right, wet erase, excuse me, pens. And so what I've done is I've lined it up at the top in the center. And if I show you the back side of my cutting mat board, you will see I have a line, and that's just lined up with the center of my design. And I've started to peel this away. So I'm going to just continue. I'm going to be pushing that down on to, and then just peeling my transfer tape away in a way that doesn't block your vision. Actually, let me do it this way. I think maybe it will be better if you can see me. Let's see. So I have the transfer tape here on the glass cutting board, and I'm just peeling away the paper a little bit at a time. And as I peel it away, I take it and I push down my design so that it will stick to the mat or to the cutting surface. So again, this is the wrong side of the mat. See how my My little stopper there is on the back side, and this will be the front side of my cutting board, and you will be able to read it, and this will all be just a smooth, plain surface. So let me pull that down.
You know, that's such a great idea to put on the bottom of the mat, because a lot of people are, I saw some comments, can you throw it in the dishwasher? Well, I don't know if I'd throw it in the dishwasher, but at least you can use the cutting mat if you really wanted to.
Exactly. So yes, there is that, and I'm going to give this a shot like this. Okay, so I have this down here, and I'm going to just continue to peel away the paper, and I will use one of these tools to push this down as I go, as I take the release paper away, and continue to try to keep the wrinkles out, things like that. So you can see, and I'm almost there, so let me just keep pulling so you can see it finished. There we go. And I can even lift it up a little bit. Let me see. So that's now stuck on this side. And there it is. And all I have to do is peel away my transfer tape, and that's going to leave me my finished cutting board. So that is it. It is really quite simple. And I love the idea of the monogramming. That's a great idea to personalize it. And that's kind of what I did here, this one.
That is so cute.
So that is my idea for Christmas gifts. There's been so many good ones today.
Oh my gosh, I think that we're all going to have a list for super long. And by the way, while you guys were talking, it was the mail that came today. And how ironic, it's the holiday gift guide. Usually Amelia comes in and pops in and sees this, but I actually got my own. I guess I did mention I'm going to buy something for my family, but in here, you guys got this, by the way. It's, if you go in here on page, second page here, I'll just show you real quick, because you might want to visit your brother dealer. A whole page, 2 pages of Scan and Cut. Definitely good deals in there. So call your brother dealer and you can go check one of these out. And there's also some really good packages in there. I even see the tool set that you guys were playing with, you ladies. Very fun. Well, I have to tell you that today was a super fun show. A lot of great ideas. I see a few more comments rolling in. If we miss your comments, you can always ask us. We're having live shows every single day. And it's kind of one of those free-for-alls. Whoever has another gift idea shows up. So by the end of the week, we are going to be ready to start making projects for next year.
Yes, exactly.
You got it.
Everybody's saying great idea for the cutting boards. Let's see. Oh, new Scan and Cut. Excellent. And I'm just checking here. Someone else asked about the dishwasher. I don't have, I mean, it really depends on your vinyl. I don't know about you girls, but like when I put something on a cup, if I don't use vinyl that can be dishwasher safe, it peels off after a long time. But I don't know if I'd put my cutting board in the dishwasher anyways. Any suggestions?
No, I was going to say, go ahead, Kathy.
I was going to say, I don't. I have one. I ran to get mine really quick. This is what stays behind my stove.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's cute.
That's adorable.
That's kind of, I hate to say it, that's kind of what I look like when, if I'm allowed in the kitchen.
So
They're fun to personalize.
Very cute.
I was
Very
thinking
cute.
of it as a cookie plate. You know, sometimes you take cookies or something to a potluck and you have a clear plate and you have that underneath, and at the end you get your own plate back instead of
That's a great idea.
it going into the lost plate pile.
That's a great idea. Well, girls, this has been so much fun. I just, this has been my favorite week so far. Well, it's always fun with any of you on, but it's really fun when there's a lot of us on. So I hope to see some of you later this week, but if not, wishing you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever one you want to celebrate for the next 2 weeks. Since we're stuck at home anyways, at least we get to hang out. And we had a huge crowd today watching, and they're all saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for the inspiration. So thank you. Now, I didn't have to do anything today except make sure that I monitored all of your gremlins. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working on my Christmas sweater that just sits here and stares at me. But I'll have to get one of those fur things.
That's right.
So So ladies, is there anything that you'd like to add before we go?
No, just happy
No.
holidays.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. It was fun.
Yes.
It was a great time.
This has been a lot of fun. So Brother Sewing family and sewing and crafting family, have a wonderful day. We will be back tomorrow at noon Eastern time. So mark your calendar, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time with quick, easy gifts, things to make for sewing, crafting, embroidery. We've got a whole pile for you. So have a wonderful day. And ladies, it's been so much fun with you. And look forward to our next time. So bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.